Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Q4 FY24 Result Conference Call of AGI Greenpac Limited, hosted by Emkay Global Financial Services. We have with us today Mr. Rajesh Khosla, President and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Om Prakash Pandey, Chief Financial Officer, and Mr. Sandeep Sikka, Group Chief Financial Officer. As a reminder, all participants' line will be on listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Nitin Gupta from Emkay Global Financial Services. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Manuja. Good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome the management and thank them for this opportunity. I shall now hand over the call to the management for the opening remarks. Over to you, gentlemen.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to AGI Greenpac Q4 FY24 earnings call. We have already circulated our earnings presentation, which is available on our website and on the stock exchange website. For the year ended March 2024, AGI Greenpac Limited registered total income of rupees 2,445 crores, an increase of 6% over rupees 2,307 recorded in FY23. The EBITDA registered a growth of 21%, reaching rupees 588 crores from rupees 488 crores in FY24, with margin at approximately 24% compared to around 21.1% in FY23. The company PAT stood at rupees 251 crores compared to rupees 249 crores in FY23. As investment made towards high-end specialty glass state-of-the-art plant and subsequent commissioning of the commercial production from January 23 led to increased interest and depreciation expense in FY24. Our consistent success is attributed to several key factors. Firstly, we have responded to the increasing demand for both alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. Secondly, substantial improvement in internal efficiencies have streamlined our operational effectiveness. Thirdly, our dedication to fostering customer loyalty has cemented our position in the market. In addition to it, our focus on high-end value-added products and premium mix has significantly bolstered our profitability. In Q4 FY24, the company reported total income of rupees 633 crore, EBITDA of rupees 156 crore, and net profit at rupees 65 crore. There is a decline in financial performance primarily due to lower average sales realization year-on-year basis on account of decrease in raw material prices. Additionally, please note that in Q4 FY23, we received other income of rupees 15.65 crore on account of subsidy, which was reflected in total income. But this was not the case in Q4 FY24. As of 31st March 2024, our net debt stands at rupees 226 crore. Now, I would hand over the call to Mr. Khosla to discuss some of the key business highlights. Over to Mr. Khosla.
Thank you, Mr. Pandey. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. In financial year 24, AGI Greenpac achieved many milestones, demonstrating a relentless commitment to excellence across various fronts. Our glass container capacity utilization consistently exceeds 95%, showcasing a dedication to operational excellence and efficient production optimization. Even planned shutdown of one of our furnace relining in H1, for which we lost some tonnage of production. Additionally, we executed debottlenecking initiatives on existing capacities, elevating our daily output from 1,600 metric tons to 1,700 metric tons. Substantial investment in digitalization and automation further enhanced the operational efficiency, positioning us for continued growth and innovation. Additionally, we expanded our international presence significantly through participation in exhibition and trade fairs in key markets such as UAE, USA, Europe, bolstering visibility and fostering valuable connection with the clients and partners. The accolades received underscore our unwavering pursuit of excellence with recognition, including the Supplier of the Year award from Diageo India for second consecutive year, as well as the prestigious awards for workplace culture, CSR impact, energy efficiency, and cost management. These achievements affirm AGI Greenpac position as a leader in the industry, committed to delivery exceptional value to stakeholders while driving sustainable growth and impact. As we look ahead, our focus remains on innovation, sustainability, strategic expansion. We are dedicated to prioritizing high-margin products category to consistently deliver value to our stakeholders. Our commitment to digitalization across all processes, including operations, remain steadfast as we harness technology to enhance efficiency and productivity. We are well positioned for continued growth and success in meeting the evolving demands of our industry. Now, we would like to open the call for any questions you may have. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Sanjay Shah from KSA Securities Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. Thanks for opportunity and thanks for nice presentation and congratulations on a good set of numbers in this volatile world. So my question was, we need some understanding regarding our growth trajectory ahead. Since we have done some bottlenecking and increased our capacity, so at what utilization right now we are in, what are our planning to grow from here on for next 2-3 years, sir?
Okay. I think one of the reasons of our growth trajectory in last few years is a debottlenecking. The economics of debottlenecking versus the economics of capacity addition is very, very different. And we fully understand and to deliver the best value to the stakeholder. So debottlenecking economics is very important, and that is what we have done so far. So now, but there is a limit to which the things can be debottlenecked. Otherwise, it becomes a counterproductive. So now I think with the additional furnace, what we are now debottlenecking and adding some 80 ton of the capacity now, I think more or less now our focus will be to add up the capacities in the future, organically and inorganically. and very soon things will be opened up to the people to understand about that.
Fine, sir. Sir, are we, since we are doing 77% business to this alcohol industry, so they're focusing and penetrating on the pharmaceutical side, food and beverage. So what's the view of your management, and how's the demand panning out from these verticals?
In fact, the good part is India is growing at a very good pace, and all these segments are increasing. The pharmaceutical, liquor, beer, food, every segment is growing at some pace or the other. Now, what is to be seen, there is a natural tendency of any of the organizations to ride on the waves of some increase or some demand increase. So in this case, it's a very it is to be seen from the angle which demand we should be catering so that we can best utilize our resources and assets. So as on date, I think we have diversified fields. We are catering to the food segment, pharmaceutical, liquor, beer, and all other segments we are catering to. Yes, the combination in which we are, that is possible to change, but it all depends upon how the market requirement comes up. Yes, we have a focus in pharmaceutical, and we are doing day and night lot of debottleneckings and lot of movements so that we can have the better share in the pharmaceutical sector.
That's it.
We do have a focus.
Last question was regarding our HNG acquisition. I don't know how much you can share, but we are bit in a dilemma because there are two things which we need to understand. One is the stage where we have reached, and when we think that we'll hear some good news or whatever may be. And number two, since such a delay has happened, is that acquisition viable to us because of that machinery gets depreciated and so many things can happen? So can you highlight, sir, upon that?
So HNG, Sanjay, is very strategic and very important acquisition from our side. It's a bit unfortunate that the time taken is a bit higher and it's taking some time. But all along, I think we have put the best foot forward, both in terms of the offer which we made. There were some litigations which have been done and in NCLAT, in NCLT, and most of them have been in our favor. Now the matter is subjudized before the Honorable Supreme Court, and I think courts are taking some time because there are other matters also in the queue. So we are hopeful that in next 2-3 months, once this matter is cleared by the Supreme Court, the whole process should move very fast. But from the question, in terms of viability, the whole project is still very viable. It has definitely taken some, time longer than what we had initially estimated in our plan as such. But from the results which you see from Hindustan National Glass as publicly available, I think asset is also doing good that way, and it's making EBITDA. So from an overall perspective, definitely it makes a lot of strategic sense for us, and we are fully dedicated and fully inclined to complete this acquisition. But we are bound by, the court processes, which I hope each one of you will understand is not entirely under our control, and the courts take, the time which they have to take.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for replying my questions, and good luck to you, sir. And really thankful, fantastic presentation and very good results, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Nikhil Gada from Abacus AMC. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. Sir, just wanted, the overall sales volume for FY24 and how were the realizations, as in how was the the fall in the realization in FY24 vis-a-vis FY23?
So when you see on a year-to-year basis, on a full year basis, for the glass, we have sold we have done 524,000 tons of sale as compared to last year of 532, which is down by around 1.4%. And this is essentially due to the fact that we had one plant shutdown during the Q1 first half of the financial year, wherein we lost around 25,000 tons of material. Just for the investors, we have another round. I think we have made disclosures. Another furnace is up for relining, which has slightly come early and as per the schedule. And we are also debottlenecking that capacity also. So here, to answer your question, volumes broadly very flat, but had it been a normal year, so we would have, may have additional 20,000-25,000 tons of more volume to sell. In terms of realizations, so when you see 12 months average realization versus 12 months average realization of the financial year 23-24, on the container glass, it's almost flat. In fact, it is again, although the volumes have come down by 1%, but here it has grown by 1%. So almost 36,400 rupees around, the average realization from the container glass business.
So, sir, if I got the volume numbers correctly, it was 524,000 in FY24.
Yeah, broadly around that.
Understood. Got it. And sir, just the realization part, what was the realization in fourth quarter?
The realization in fourth quarter has been somewhere around 36,000 only.
Okay, so we have not seen any major correction despite the decline in the soda ash prices.
Yeah. So that's basically, if you see the overall dynamics, we have been explaining this, that part of our orders, they get adjusted to the input raw material pricing. So, but there are orders, around 40% of orders, which we do on a spot basis. And these are essentially, small quantities, wherein we can command the price premium and also on the product mix and other sides. So it's a net impact of that, that as a result of which we are able to maintain the pricing.
Okay. Sir, secondly, just trying to delve deeper in this, the volume data, can you also share the specialty glass volumes that you were able to do in FY24?
Specialty glass, we have done around 33,000 tons.
And what would have been the revenue for this?
Revenue, corresponding revenue numbers. Average realization on this is somewhere around 63,500. So you can multiply it.
Got it. Okay. And okay, fine.
Sorry to interrupt, Nikhil. Can you rejoin the queue for your follow-up questions?
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you. The next question is from the line of Miraj from Arihant Capital. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir. Just a couple of questions. Firstly, trying to understand that the current announcement that we made regarding one furnace being shut down for relining for maintenance, it's not the same one that we had earlier announced that we were going to do in Q3, right?
Say again, the furnace which we are announced that it will under shutdown. What do you say, please?
So in the previous calls, we had mentioned that we are going to reline.
Yeah, it is the same furnace.
Same one. So we've preponed our relining, so it will add 80 tons in this quarter itself, right? 80
Yes.
tons per month, per day.
Because whenever we used to announce, it is all tentative dates, depending upon so many more factors. But the actual date of relining or shutdown depends upon the behavior of the furnace, which is not predictable right now with the present technologies available across the world. So we have to work out the outcome of the furnace and then accordingly decide when the furnace shutdown has to be taken. So our technical experts have confirmed that we should take the shutdown immediately. Immediately means in the month of end of April, and that is what we have taken.
Understood. And sir, secondly, just wanted to understand in terms of input cost matrix to understand our cost composition. The soda ash constituents of how much or what percentage of total input cost?
That will be a little detailing of the breakup, but I can say because it depends upon so many more factors, like what is the collect ratio and what are the other things. But if you are talking by volume or by value,
around 12% by volume.
yes, around 12 to 13% you can say by value.
By value, 12 to 13%.
By volume.
By volume, we are saying by 12 to 13%.
Okay, so in volume terms, would collect be the largest one?
Once again?
In volume terms, if we are looking in volume terms, the largest would be collect?
Yes, we can say like that. Largest will be collect or largest will be stand.
Okay, understood. And sir, so just want to understand one thing, that if the acquisition that we're planning, if it doesn't go through, by any chance, if that doesn't take place, then what kind of changes do we see in our own strategy for growth? Because now we are only adding 80 tons. So as a backup plan, what would be our thought process? What kind of capacities are we planning to add? Because we are at our optimum utilization right now.
Acquisition not going through is beyond our imagination. So I don't think so. There is any amount of chance we are able to anticipate as of today that acquisition may not be going through. It's a matter of time, and the court processes, they take their own sweet time. So sometimes little more, sometimes little less. But today I don't think so. We have any chance of even thinking that it is not going to be through. So it is well on track, and everything will be there. So.
Understood. And did we get the listing date yet? Because the date keeps coming. So I think last time Sandeep sir had mentioned that once we get the listing date, post that it would be pretty fast moving the entire court process.
Metal is getting list, but it gets deferred. Now next date is on 13th May.
Understood. Okay, I'll get back in the queue. I have a few more questions. I'll get back in the queue. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Zaikin Nasir from Nasir Investment. Please go ahead.
Sir, congratulations on a healthy set of numbers. Sir, as we have added 80 tons per annum, right now, what would be our capacity? I guess it would be around 1850 tons. Would that be correct, sir?
Sir, 80 ton per day, sir. That is one. And since 100 ton we increased earlier, so it will be a shade below 1800 tons, sir.
Shade below 18.
Yes.
On the container glass.
On the container commercial glass.
Yeah, plus 154 tons.
Plus 156, okay.
Yeah.
Sir, and has this specialty glass plant of 156 tons fully operational, sir, now?
Yes, sir, it is fully operational. It is well on track as per anticipation and planning.
And, sir, what would be the realizations on this specialized glass?
Close to 65,000 rupees a ton, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And, sir, considering everything and the shutdown of part capacity for part of the year, do you think again March 25 on AGI, not considering the acquisition, would the value growth would be on something like what came between 23 and 24, so 6 to 8?
Whatever we committed earlier, certainly you are going to get those numbers, sir.
That would be, sir, I mean, broadly?
I think whatever numbers we had been able to
we had projected somewhere around 10% growth. We should be able to continue from the existing businesses.
24 on 25, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, and best wishes for a fantastic year, sir.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Pinaki Banerjee from AUM Capital Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. Sir, in FY24, the main raw material, that is soda ash, was quite volatile. So what are your expectations in FY25? Is it going to stabilize or will it be volatile as before?
Sir, soda ash is a commodity. It will be volatile. And looking to the geopolitical situations like Red Sea, and earlier it was a Russia-Ukraine war, and now Israel-Iran conflict, which is fuming up. So there will be a volatility. But rest assured that AGI Greenpac management is quite expert in riding these tough waves and volatility. And we have been able to get through earlier also in the tough times of COVID and other areas. And certainly these areas will also be taken care of well, and numbers will be taken care as we have anticipated and committed to everyone.
Okay. Sir, correct me if I'm wrong. So basically, if the soda ash prices decreases, there is a fall in your realization price, right? And vice versa, it's the opposite.
Sir, in a commodity type of business, I think the best way of analysis is base plus surcharge model analysis, where the base prices remains more or less stable, or a organization has to make it stable. The surcharge is up and down of the volatility of the commodities are there. So obviously, when the commodity prices will fall, the realization of that surcharge mechanism will certainly fall. If it goes up, it will go up. So more important is how in these tough times the realizations are up and down, adjusted with the market, and the profitability remains intact. So those are the things which we are trying to take care of.
Okay. Sir, how much capex have you planned for FY25, and what will be the source of financing it?
The capex for the year will be approximately 250 crores.
Okay.
We have planned.
And so your funding will be through internal accruals only?
Mix of internal accruals and the debt.
Okay, okay. Sir, what is your debt repayment obligation in FY25?
Around 120 crores.
Okay, okay, fine. Sir, and last question is, what is the percentage share of exports at present?
Close to 8%, sir.
Okay, okay. Fine, sir. Okay, that's all from my end, sir. Thank you and all the best for the future.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Chandresh Malpani from Nivesha Investment Advisors. Please go ahead.
Hello. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, sir. Would like to know more about the industry dynamics, considering that top 3-4 players are not adding capacity. So just want to know at what rate the industry is growing and what are the dynamics. Are we losing any market share on that side because we are not having additional capacity to cater to the incremental demand?
Sir, if you don't mind, can you repeat your question because somewhere the voice was cracking?
Sir, I would like to know more about the industry dynamics, considering that top 3-4 players are not adding capacities and the volume growth, considering the industry rate growth is high. So I was asking about the market share, either we are losing any market share.
So basically, as you would know that we are in process of acquisition of another company called Hindustan National Glass. Now constrained by not adding more capacity. Most of the capacity additions which we are doing are coming by way of debottlenecking of the existing facilities. which we are doing. Our focus is more on, value-added products. And once the acquisition comes through, once we have the final approval from the respective honorable courts, the investors and shareholders can see the growth coming through. Glass manufacturing has a long gestation period, and if you see in the overall market scenario, there are adequate capacities today so that to meet the demand. So that's why strategically no new capacity has been planned, because it takes long time to set up the capacity and then to stabilize the capacity. So that's why the market right now is growing, and the country has the capacity, and we feel that once the acquisition comes through, we should be able to maintain our growth momentum of the acquisition.
Okay. And so secondly, on the SMG, they have the capacity like close to 4,000 tons per day. So what would be the current capacity that they would be operating at, and what would be our target to say in 6 to 12 months once the acquisition is done? So where would we be targeting to reach the capacity utilization?
Right now, we are constrained under the confidentiality relating to and making any disclosures on the plans of SNG. But only thing which I can say is that they have a declared capacity of 4,300 tons per day. But over last many years, they have operated in a range of 23 to 2,500 tons per day. That's some disclosure which I can make today.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Viraj Mahadevia from MoneyGrow. Please go ahead.
Hi, my question's been answered. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Mohit Arora from Sync Research. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Actually, my question has also been answered. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Miraj from Arihant Capital. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the follow-up opportunity, sir. If you can just let me know the volumes in Q4 for specialty and the remainder furnaces, remainder in general.
Disclosing annual volumes, not on a quarterly basis. So annual we have already discussed the part.
Understood. And sir, in terms of understanding the industry, what would be the current capacity in the industry? Because the last figure I had was close to 8,600 tons per day. So what would be the current industry capacity?
The problem with the glass industry is because there are a lot of small-scale industry or I can say unorganized sector in this segment, which they are not opening up their capacities and we are not able to formalize the actual production. But looking to the data, whatever data we have got available, and then extrapolating the growth, whatever we have got it for last 2-3 years, I can say like that things will be operating close to 11,000 tons a day in the container glass business.
Okay, so this is would it be fair to assume this is not including the unorganized sector, or is it including the unorganized?
Everything put together.
Okay, understood. And this final thing that if I got your comment correct, that the FY25 growth we are expecting roughly 10%.
That is what we have committed, and we would like to fulfill our earlier commitments on the growth.
And that is in volume terms, right, sir?
Yes, because volume and value, they go most of the time together, until there is a fluctuation in the commodity prices.
Understood. And is there any other furnace that we are going to take for relining?
No, I think with this relining, we'll be out of relining area for next few years.
Understood. Okay. Thank you so much. And all the best for the future, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. A reminder to all the participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Thank you. The next question is from the line of Pramod from Unifi Investment Management LLP. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks. Just want to understand the process on the HNG. If assuming that the court verdict come in our favor on any day, whether it's June, July, August, after that, what's the timeline which we are looking at to complete this acquisition? How much time it will take? What are the procedures involved in that? If you can throw some light on the process part of it.
So this can only be an indicative answer because nobody can predict the timelines. But our view is once the Supreme Court clears two set of litigations which are filed there, the proceedings for the approval of the resolution plan at NCLT will start, and we are hopeful that should be fast. So we are hopeful once the Supreme Court clears this within a matter of 2 to 3 months, NCLT should complete the formalities relating to the sanction of the resolution plan.
Okay, great. And the second, as of now, I think we believe, as you disclosed in the earlier calls, we are looking to acquire this company if it happens through the debt. Our debt has significantly went down from 1,100 crore 2 years back to almost like 250 to 80 crores now. So is any change in the thought process, what we will be looking on the debt side?
No, right now the view is the same. So, but the ultimate capital structure in terms of equity and debt, I think once we are acquiring it, we'll make a full disclosure to the stock exchanges and to the investor at that particular time. But right now the view remains the same.
Okay, thanks. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next question is from the line of Riya Mehta from Equentis Investment. Please go ahead.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to ask. So there was a Supreme Court judgment which had said that for acquisition of HNG, we have to divest some part of the Rishikesh unit, which is around 400 TPD. So could you put more light on that?
Oh, I would request that, this matter has been fully explained in the Order of Competition Commission of India. So I would request if you can visit their website.
Actually, I checked from there only. So will this lead to CCI going through the entire process again, or that's the final verdict?
CCI approval is not conditional. So this was a voluntary modification from our side, which has been accepted. And there's no need for a fresh CCI approval after this because CCI approval is not conditional. It's a clean approval.
So we don't have to divest any part, right?
We have to divest within the stipulated time as per the CCI. Or else CCI will...
That would be how many months?
No, I can't disclose that. That is confidential even in all.
And post divestment only will we get the NCLT approval, or how is it?
This is a condition subsequent to acquisition. So it does not changes our resolution plan in any manner. Point number one, and this is not a condition precedent. This is a condition subsequent.
Okay, but this you will have to do, and this is something which we had filed for voluntary modification, right?
We cannot sell anything unless we have acquired it.
Right, but the CC, without this divestment, you cannot take over the entire asset. Am I right?
No, it's the other way around. So just make it clean. We have to first acquire and then sell the Rishikesh plant.
Okay, got it. And post the Rishikesh plant, what would the capacity for HNG in used condition?
So they are right now operating at somewhere around 23 to 2,500 tons per day. So subtracted by 400 tons per day after that. Once
this is the operational capacity or total capacity?
I'm talking only the operational capacity.
Operational capacity. Okay. Okay. And any particular reason why?
Ms. Riya, I request you to rejoin the queue for your follow-up questions.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you. The next question is from the line of Aman Jain from Veer Capital. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, please.
Sir, my question is regarding to the acquisition that we're doing. Recently, I was reading an article in which it was written that SBI had approached the asset reconstruction companies to sell their stake. Now, if this happens, how likely is it for HNG to not go through the liquidation process? Is there any chance for that?
So, basically, you can't go on the basis of articles which are published, on media, social media. When you scan through anything, you will find, the matter is right now, we have won the matters, both the matters on National Company Law Appellate Tribunals and NCLT and CCI. The matter is right now sub judice before Honorable Supreme Court. So as the matter is there, so I would not like to opine anything on this because the matter is in front of Supreme Court.
Okay, understood.
But we won the matters at the last appellate, which is the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal.
Understood. Now, just following through the history of this entire acquisition, earlier we had challenged the order that independent sugar could not apply through green channel route, which was given in favor of independent sugar by CCI. Then there were some questions raised regarding our disclosures also, and we have to pay some penalty as well. I believe it's to the amount of 5 lakh. And just want to understand that even the former Chief Justice of India, they had mentioned that our disclosures should be taken in consideration before. So I just want to understand how confident are we here that this will actually fall in our favor when there are so many questions being raised.
So these are two separate set of litigations. One litigation is on the process, which is pending before the Supreme Court. And this penalty which has been applied, you can go through the SEBI order, which is available on the website. The contents are very self-explanatory. These are only relating to the disclosures, which industry makes as such, but we reserve our rights without prejudice. With prejudice, what we want to say that we are seeking legal advice on the SEBI order and we'll get back.
Understood. And just my final question before I get back in the queue, that I had also seen one more article in which it was written that the approval that we received from the Committee of Creditors, which was at 98%, while independent sugar had received only 88%. At the same time, we had also received an offer from one of the Special Situations Fund for roughly 1,100 crores of funding for the acquisition. But it was also alleged that the same fund was present in the Committee of Creditors. Will such a matter compromise our authority for acquisition?
So it's very difficult for us, as I told you, to make any opinion. So what you have to say is not go look into the article. You actually have to consult a lawyer then to see what is the impact and what is the underlying law and how it is impacting the whole IBC processes. So it's not only just look at one side as an article, but I think if you want a fair disclosures in terms of fair understanding of where you want to reach, so it's important that you need to consult IBC lawyer because there are so many articles, there are so many social media news. It's very difficult for anybody to make a response on each one of them. So if anybody has any issue, anything, anywhere, that matter gets subjudized, either at NCLT or NCLAT. You can have a tab of that, but you have to see on, the previous cases settled across the country, either in NCLAT, NCLT or Supreme Court. So that, and plus the understanding of the law, that makes the whole thing much clearer.
Understood, sir. Thank you so much for your time and all the best for going ahead. I hope this acquisition goes through. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Miraj from Arihant Capital. Please go ahead.
No, my question has been answered.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Praveen Sharma, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity, and congratulations for this good set of numbers. My question is on, one of the housekeeping point, which is what I see is the finance cost this year has been 87 crore versus 57 crores last year, FY23, which is like 40-50% jump, despite the borrowings coming down in FY24. So can someone explain me as to why the finance cost is so high in FY24 and what is our average cost of borrowing?
There has been a substantial capex, both in terms of when you see Apple year-on-year basis. So 154 furnace came into commercial production on 1st January 2023. One is the impact of that. And last year, we had done the relining as well as the debottlenecking of our existing capacity by 100 tons, so for which, again, the term loans were taken. So this is the net impact of the same. So overall reduction is a debt in terms of the overall cash flow requirement, but in the interim during the year, we have availed the debt facilities, this is which, the interest factor has been built in.
So in FY25, what should be the finance cost? It will go down from 87 crores, correct? Because we have reduced our borrowing.
It should reduce slightly, but again, we have a capex because one of the furnace coming up for relining, which we are again enhancing the capacity. So Mr. Pandey has already said that we'll be doing somewhere around 200 crores plus of this thing. Plus there will be some surplus cash which will come from operations, which will further reduce debt.
And sir, when we do these relinings, like 200 crores of relining which we are doing, what is the, return on investment or, payback period typically we look after,
So you can't look at on an apple-to-apple basis. So basically, you have set up a plant, and this furnace's life range between 8 to 10 years.
Okay.
At the end of the life, the fuel consumption start increasing. So it is it's like, when you have bought a car, you need to service the car. So it is not relating to ROI of that space. So what you have to see is overall ROI or the overall ROC of the company. In order to even maintain that ROC, this capex is required.
And in the process, we are getting 80 TPD more.
Yes, and in the process, we are enhancing the capacity, which will give us higher tonnages.
Okay. And sir, our gross margin this quarter was slightly lower on year-on-year basis. So, what I assume is that this is because of the higher cost inventory. So how much inventory do we keep for the raw material?
And, we don't measure our operations on a gross margin basis. We measure on the EBITDA per ton basis.
And EBITDA per ton in this quarter, YOY basis, sorry, I don't recall from the presentation. It has increased.
Basically, when you see 12 months to 12 months, it has grown, EBITDA per ton has grown somewhere around 15 to 20%.
Okay. And going forward, do we see maintaining it and improving it?
So here is not an EBITDA per ton factor, it's more relating to ROCs, which we look at in terms of enhancing our product profile. It's a factor of number of things, how our product mix change, how better we are able to upgrade our, realization in terms of our offerings to our customers. So it's a factor of that, but definitely the focus is to enhance the EBITDA per ton.
Your passcode has been confirmed. Please wait while you are joined to the conference. The conference is now being...
Hello. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. As there are no further questions, I will now like to hand the conference over to management for closing comments.
I would like to thank everybody who joined the call today. We hope that we will have been able to answer your questions. If there are any further set of queries, please get back to us. Thank you.
On behalf of Emkay Global Financial Services, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.